Welcome back to ShopDog-Garage. It's a 67 Camaro video. I went and got the old doors. We are going to take that vent pane and mount it in this old door. One, so I can show you how it actually mounts. But two, if you look right here, see this hole? We have to add that hole in the other one, and I'm a little nervous about that. I just want to see the fitment in this before I commit. So, you know, this looks pretty close. It looks about like what I'm expecting it to look like, but it makes me nervous. So we're just going to mount it in here real quick. Well, real quick, I say that. For you, it'll be real quick, and see what we've got. Well, the first thing I note is how easy it goes in and out of the factory door. So sliding it in, this shape is correct. So it just pops right in, real simple. Okay, now remember, there was that hole and that hole, so at least I got that right. But you can see how this shape is, just so different. I wish these doors were in better shape. Looking here, I'm going to go ahead and run the screw in a second. But here's the thing I noticed, because we still have the original weather stripping, I can kind of place it where it was on this door. You know, every car is going to be a little different. And it must have been tilted more like that. So I'm going to have to adjust this out down here. Yeah, so it's going to be right about there-ish. So I will probably go ahead and get some hardware kind of tapped in and then see how it looks when I go to put that screw in. But look how nicely done that hole is. Yeah, is what it is. Okay, I've got a light in the door, and I'm reminding myself there's a block here and a fuzzy here that the new doors don't have yet. But, okay, let me switch hands. Hopefully we can see. Let's see here, the screw. See how it's going into that tab, through the tab, in the vent window. So that's probably as good as I can show it, but that actually works. So I know how it's supposed to go, which is exactly how I thought it was supposed to go. I just have to make it happen in these doors. And to do that, I bought a not terribly expensive set of long drill bits. So hopefully one of these will work out, because of course they're in metric sizes and I don't speak that language. Alright, so now we're going to try to duplicate that. You can see there's that hole. Maybe you can see it through here. Yep, there you go. So it goes straight through, and that's what pinches this all together. So that'll pull that in. Well, let's get to it. Okay, so this is how this is coming out. Finally got that going. Our drill was a little too big, so I actually ground the sides of the flutes off and made it a little too small, because if we lose the ability to thread that, we're done. So it's just been turn a little, back it off, wait, turn a little, back it off, wait, and now we have threads. The other thing is, obviously this countersink isn't great, so I think I've still got to deal with that somehow. I don't want to do it pulling against this. I don't want to risk breaking this screw. So let me think on that for a little bit. Sorry I haven't filmed all that. I was talking on the phone, and the phone is what we use to film. But look at that. We've got this one drilled and done as well. So that one's already back out, in fact. I think we're going to call it. I am at the point where I'm just chasing myself now for fine things that some of it's got to come out in the mud. I'm going to spend a few minutes monkeying around with this, see if I can get in here and fix that. but I'm feeling pretty happy right now. It is probably time to figure out how I'm stripping all this black off. Might be little cookies. Yeah, it might be these guys. I don't want to heat the metal and warp it, but I really need to scratch the bejesus out of it for paint. But look at that. I think we have a car. And just in case Lake and Lodge Garage is watching, he had commented on an earlier video that he had not test fit his vent windows. I'm going to show you the areas that I had to work were right here, and spreading these out a little bit. And let's see, on one of them I had to work here. So even if you're painted, you're fine here. And I do believe if you have to curl this a little bit after paint, you know, so remember, well, okay, it wasn't even that side, it was the inside, the black side. I believe that'll be hidden, but let's go look before I pull this window out. Yeah, if you're very careful, you're going to be able to get away with it, especially if you kept a little bit of this black for touching back up, or whatever color your car is. You know, not every car had these black. So you may be okay. I suggest getting a long drill bit. What I had to do with these is, because they're metric, I actually had to grind the sides of the flutes down to the size I wanted and then resharpen them, because Chinese stuff, it's not sharp. It wouldn't cut even when they were new. And that worked. So gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, you can see it's through the metal right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. That's the back side of that screw. So also, I can't get over how much you have to have that. That has to be there. These were a little wiggly until that, and then bam, solid. So that is very important to the integrity of the window. So hopefully you're able to carefully make that happen after paint. Okay, I don't know if it ever showed up on camera, but I've taken care of that curl, and I've done a little more adjustment work. So with it latched, you can see we're pretty decent here. We're within where we're going to be mudding. So I think it's scratching time. I think that's where we're at. You know, there's still some mudding work down here. Obviously in the quarters there's quite a bit of work yet. That's where I was when I found out, you know, yeah, doors and all that. So I think we're going to get it scratched, and then once that's done, I'll probably go ahead and do the template and drill the holes. You don't see them in this door because this door didn't have those, but this is a SS door, or RS door. You see these holes here, and you also remember why we replaced it. Yeah, once you take that down, this is literally all mud. This whole line is just creased, and it's all mud, and trying to make it again may or may not have been less work than I'm going through. And this door never fit. It's, you know, what do you do? So, in for a lot of pennies and a lot of pounds here. But I think it's time to get her scuffed up for primer. Pretty happy about that. Of course, ShopDog's got to come and check our work. So we're gonna show them what we think here, and then we're gonna get started. Okay, I'm not sure that this is the best way. I'm using a red cookie wheel here, and that's gonna take a long time. So I'll keep exploring, but if that's what it is, that's what it is. But he wants all this black gone. Everything down to the metal. We'll keep at it, but yeah, that's a little slower than I'd hoped. Okay, I'm going to call it 4 right now. I just checked the time and I have some commitments this afternoon. I tried a sanding disc. I've tried Scotch-Brites, and a couple other things, including wire brush. And honestly, so far the best result as far as getting down to metal has been these little cookies. So this is still my best result right here. I know it looks weird, but it feels smooth. And honestly, I think after the primer, it would be just as smooth as that or that. So, unless Harlan's got advice on something that goes quicker, I'm going to spend, probably 6 hours of my life sanding this down. So, it won't be today. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And, yeah, car's coming along.